Okay, y'all, welcome to my day. I don't know which part of the movie this will be, but I am backtracking because so many of you, I posted all about my loofahs on Facebook. So many of you wanted to know more about it. So I have done a bunch of research. Well, not a bunch. I watched a couple YouTube videos of people about growing loofahs. So loofah sponges. Oh, all the big ones I put outside already. Loofah sponges. You can't see that one very good. Anyways, it's a sponge. They come from a gourd, not some sort of ocean creature or whatever, but this is a loofah gourd. This is one of my last ones that I hadn't picked because it's really, I don't think it's ready. Usually they're squishy, unless this one is frozen, which I don't think it's frozen because it didn't get freezing last night. But anyways, I live in zone 6 for growing, and we don't have a long enough growing season to grow loofahs because they need to dry out before you pick them, and then you peel them off of the skin, or you peel the skin off of the loofah sponge, and then you shake out the seeds and you're done. Since our growing season is so much shorter, you have to pick them before your first frost. So we already had a night where it was supposed to possibly get cold enough to frost. So I picked all of them then, and I processed them, and I posted a picture, and people were like, we want to know more. So I had 2 that I hadn't picked for whatever reason. And so I thought I would just backtrack here and show you with this one the steps I've taken. So I've watched maybe 3 or 4 different YouTube videos of people who live in like my zone and what they do. So one person said before you bake it, you can like pound it on this, or like massage it so that the skin comes away from the sponge. I did try it on my driveway. I don't know that it made much of a difference, to be honest. They still had to peel it off of the spongy part after you bake it, but so I'll just kind of beat it a little bit here. But honestly, I'm not sure that this one is even ready, but I'm going to show you what I did. So you take the ends off, and you can eat these. Now I would feel to see if it feels coarse. So there are some little coarse pieces, and the skinnier ones I found were not very, some of them got squishy. Like this. And so I still dried it to see if it would become workable once it dried, but this one's still wet, so I don't think it's going to make it because it's all flat. But we're experimenting. So I cut off the ends. This one you can hear is more coarse inside. You can't really see it because the gunk is in there. And then some people in their videos baked them whole. I thought it would be easier to get the goo out, and plus I want them to be smaller pieces to use. So I just cut them in smaller pieces so they would bake easier. Now, some of the ends got dark. See if I can show you. That I'll show you later. And I don't know if it's because it sat too long with the goo in it and it started to turn, or if that's from the oven. So I don't know that. I'm not an expert in this. This is my first time doing it. I'm really just winging it. I'll just do 3 pieces. And then it said, one person said to make little slits in it. I don't know that this is as important to do when you have smaller sections, because it said it helps the liquid come out, but you just definitely don't want to go too deep, because then it cuts the sponge, and then you don't have like a fully formed sponge. You have like an open sponge. So I don't know that you need to do this. It peeled pretty good for me after I baked it. So I still do it a little bit, but just on the surface. So I don't know if it did help me find a spot to peel then. But yeah, don't go too deep or you cut the sponge itself. So I set my oven to 350, and one video said to do it for 30 to 40 minutes, and then another video said to do it for an hour and a half. So I just kind of kept an eye on it. I set the timer for 30 minutes, and I just watched until it turned a dark green. Hi, Isaac. And then I pulled it out. I didn't want to bake them too long and have them turn brown. I don't know. So I will show you after they're baked. All right, here's my dirty oven. So these, I did flip them once in the middle. They are soft now. Very, very hot. So let them cool down. When I was doing the big batches of them, so I could keep moving, I would take them off of these and just toss them in a pot till I could throw them in cold water. And then I would peel them under the water. Well, I'll show you in a minute. All right, I'm gonna get these. And they're really hot. I only have 3, so I'm not gonna dirty the tongs, but when I did this on Sunday, I used tongs to move them from place to place. Okay. Now, let's see. I don't know if I can do this. Are you seeing it? Okay, I'm gonna see. So it's super hot. You can see that baking it made it, the spongy part harder. It dried it out more. So now I'm going to try to find that slit that I made and just kind of peel it back. It's steaming, it's so hot. So I'm just going to peel back a little bit to let it cool down for a little bit. But you want to gently pull it away and just slide your finger or a spoon between the skin and the sponge part. I probably should have waited a little bit longer. This is really hot. So it almost feels like a thick wallpaper almost. So I'm trying really hard to not let it stay stuck. Ouch, it's hot. So I'm going to let that one cool a little bit. See the sponge? Let me do the next one. I suppose you could put like ice cubes in. Or you could just wait a couple minutes till they cool down. But I'm going to open them up so that they cool down faster. Opening a section of it because it's super thick. One of the videos I watched said that you can weave these into something. I forget what it was, but I'm not doing that. This is already taking longer than I want it to. So this one is peeling really nicely. It's not too hot because it's small. So I got it right off. Let's find the cut in this one. So I guess, I mean, you could, if you didn't find the cut, if you didn't cut it, slice it, you could just maybe tear the edge and then slide your finger along it like that. Oh, it's hot. It's not too hard. See, I'm just rubbing that apart like that. Takes a section off. This one's not too bad. There we go. Oh, I hope YouTube lets me play this. My boys are listening to music in the background. Hey, can you guys turn it down a little bit? I can't do this twice. Ta-da! Maybe I'll stop it in case that music is in the background because it's not my music. Yeah, it hears it and it says that music is not yours. So I'm peeling it off. Just like that. Okay. there we have it. Now we're gonna rinse it out really good. Then you can like squeeze it because I mean it's a sponge. So yeah, I can pause it. Then the goop comes out. See? Yeah. And then I take my finger and the bottle brush and get it out. What's this up? Okay, these are some that I did not get the guck out of the middle yet. And I soaked them overnight. You can see some of it's in there. But I'm gonna try to get the goo out of there. See, that's like snot. It's the consistency of like really ripe banana or snot. I'm not sure. One of the two. And what I did was I used an old bottle brush to try to like get it out from the insides and pull it out, and that seemed to work really well because it would catch it. Can you see on there? It would catch it in there, so it kind of ruined the brush, but we didn't really use it anyways anymore. So I'm gonna drain this out and then alright, I'm gonna show you how I clean these out. This one's pretty firm. Wow, it's a little squishy. Let me find one that's firm. Here we go. So it's got the goo in there. I'm just gonna take my brush and just kind of run it through there. Now I saw one person, which it might actually be better. She had them in like a big old container, like a storage container, like a tub that holds water, and she had them under the water and then was just like massaging it down and pulling it all out the other side. I don't have one of those. I guess you could use the bathtub or your sink. I was doing this in the sink the other night for the big batch. Right now I have it in a big old pot. But, so basically I would just take my finger in here and feel around for the slimy parts. And then use my bottle brush to pull it out. This one actually feels pretty good. I think maybe soaking them overnight was a good idea. I feel in there. So I just pulled it out. Can you see that? Snot-like material. There it is. So, and then, yeah, I'm leaving the seeds because they're really under the skin. So once it dries, I'm told that you can just shake them out. We'll see. But, yeah, so this is my last batch. It took me a lot longer than I wanted it to. Today's Tuesday. I started this process on Monday. These I didn't get to. I did all the baking and peeling. And I did a lot of them. But this last batch, I was too tired. It was time for bed. So I put them in a baggie and put them in the fridge so they wouldn't get moldy. And then I got them out last night, Monday night, and put them in a pot to soak. So, I'm pulling the goo out. And then I'll just do this and then set them out to dry. The other guys. Rinsing them off. So I have to show you. Okay. Some of them are a lot more coarse and strong than others. And some of them have come out a little more squishy. And so I don't know if these are going to make it or not. I'm going to dry them still and just see if they actually work out in the end. Or if they're just trash, like if they didn't grow far enough. Hi. Look at me getting creative. Maybe that could help dry them till the morning and not just have them sitting being wet. I know the ones at the bottom are going to be wet, but maybe I can do a second one next to it. Thinking I don't know. I'm going to put this in here and then split the difference of the loofahs and then try to put the fan in between. So I was trying to figure out how to hang them to dry. Because right now I just have them in a pot with a fan over it to dry them out overnight. Because I didn't want to take the time to take them outside last night. So the ones on top that the fan was blowing on all night are dry. But just in case the middles aren't, I decided to try this. I have my gardening stakes and I'm skewering them through the ones that the holes are big enough. Like this one's really wet yet. Putting them through. And then I'm going to hang them outside to dry. Ooh, that one's really wet. He was on the bottom. You get the idea. I have a couple here already. Sponge kebabs. Got creative. Trying to figure out how to hang these outside. So I took my tomato, what do you call them? The things that I hung, sorry, I wasn't watching. The things that I hung my tomatoes up with when I do the vertical trellising for the tomatoes. These are tomato hooks, I guess. So I just hung them, since tomatoes are over, I took them out already. I hung up two and then put the stake in between the two. Now, I don't have enough space to do all of them, so I'm going to have to find something else to hang the rest. Maybe I can do 2 layers and find some smaller hooks of some kind. So what I'm doing is I thought about drying my sunflowers, but that turned out to be a lot of work too, so I decided it wasn't worth it to go through all those steps. Here we go. They've been hanging here for a while. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm hooking this up here. Can you see it? And then I'm putting these, one in one side and one in the other. As long as it doesn't rain. We have a roof, but hopefully the air will dry them out. Alright, they're all dry. Ooh, I got crazy here. Okay, they're all dry. And I had been leaving this, I thought about doing this before I dried them, but it felt like it was going to take a long time because it was all wet and stuck inside. So I'm just taking them now and just kind of gently smacking them, and the seeds are coming out. They kind of work the same way when they were wet, but this seems to be easier. I don't know what would happen if you left them in and then started using them. If it would be gross or not, but trying to see how many I can get out. I don't know if I have to get all of them out or not, but so they dried pretty good on my skewers. I did have to bring them in the one night because it started to rain. So gosh darn if I'm gonna let the rain get them wet again. There's a lot of seeds in this one, but I'm gonna see if I don't want to like get the sides stuck and then not have the seeds come out. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with these. If I'm going to just keep them all or sell them or give them as Christmas gifts with soap or something. I don't know. Might be a good Christmas gift this year. Or teacher gift this year. Cheap enough. Because Miles has so many teachers and therapists and aides and nurses This one is kind of like stuck. This is indented, so it's making it hard. And this is indented. It's making it hard to stay open to get the seeds out. I can see them in there. So maybe I'll have to do this some evening while I'm watching TV and then have to go through and pick up all the seeds. Yeah, I can't do this right now. I got other things I gotta do that are more pressing. Okay, so yeah, get some seeds out. This one might be easier because it's bigger. See if you can see them fall out. See them? Oh, they're coming. But you just hit your hand, your wrist, instead of the actual sponge. It doesn't injure the sponge at all, but it gets the seeds out. So these have a lot of seeds stuck. Can you see? They're like stuck in there. You're still focused on me. They're stuck in there. Although now my wrist hurts. Maybe I have to find a different way to do it. Okay. All right. Hi. We're working on the loofahs. So we figured out that you can shake the seeds out like I showed you before. Shake, 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 shake. And if you hit them, like on your hand, it helps to get some out. And you tap it, and then you like turn it as you tap, and they come out. But sometimes they get stuck. And I haven't done any research to see if it matters if you have the dried seeds left inside. I mean, you can still use it. I don't know what the problem would be if you didn't.
It'll grow a loofah on you.
Or if it'll get slimy and gross. But so we started using tweezers for the ones, like we found out that if you shake it and you still hear it rattling. Oh, that's a bad example. I don't know if you can hear that.
There's like one in there.
That means there's probably 1 or 2 left inside. But if you shake it and you don't hear any rattling, then you probably got them all. So, I don't know if this will be my last video. It's the whole process. So yeah, I still have to decide what I'm going to use with it. But that's basically how we process. This is the last step before I decide what I'm going to do with them. But yeah, so far I have not still yet to decide if all this work is worth it. But it's quite the adventure that I think I've enjoyed it. I'm figuring things out as we go. And it's kind of fun and interesting. So
Loofah seeds flying everywhere.
We'll see. We do have seeds everywhere. I just put a sheet down so it'd be easier to clean up at the end. So yeah, that's how you can do loofahs in Zone 6. If you want to see a video of how they were growing, I did a short, I think, or a video earlier of them growing on my corn. But other than that, this is the steps I've done in process of making loofahs. So it's been a learning curve and learning experience, but we have sponges to last a lifetime. I don't know how long each sponge will last. I don't know if I'll cut them smaller or leave them big, but yep, there it is. So, thanks for coming on our loofah adventure. We're going to spend some time. The kids went to bed, getting seeds out, and then that'll be that. So, thanks for watching. You were made on purpose. God loves you. Share your smile with others.
Loofah, loofah.
Loofah time.